sleepy pearls. It's good to see you back here again. And I hope everything is going well with you. And if it isn't, then I really wish things will go better for you. Let's try to relax a little today with a fun little box that I purchased. This Minilab for chemistry experiments. Now, I don't know how you feel about it, but one of my favorite and most relaxing triggers to unstress are unboxing videos and gently taking out the objects with nice moving hands and pretty shiny nails. And I tried it before in this board game video, a game called Miu, first attempt, and now I like to do it again, but a little more gentle. And I thought that this type of box is perfect for ASMR when I saw it in the store. So I got several of these with each another subject. But it's meant for kids. But we don't care about that, right? My inner child is still very present. And yours too, maybe. So let's slowly unbox this Minilab and experiment until you fall asleep. Here we are. We begin by examining the box itself to get the feeling for easy, relaxing, homemade chemistry, which is written in 6 different languages on it: English, French, Dutch, German, Spanish, and Italian. And below we see some of the content already. 1, 2, 3, 4 little pieces. Now let's turn it over to the back of the box, where they explain exactly what is in it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 items in it. And we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 experiments with these contents. So now let's gently open it up, and you notice that everything is nicely presented in this plastic packaging. Be very careful. Take it out. And let me show you you can see it better. So here we have all the pieces we need to experiment. Let me just put it on the side first, like that. And we have these cards, which I'll explain you later. It has these little colors on it and circles and nice shiny paper. This is. And then the next card has the word start written on it, which we also need to see later what it is. There. And then what is left should be a manual where they explain how to proceed with the experiments. So let me put this away with the rest of the tube, because we need to make a place on the table. There you go. Now back to the items, which are nicely protected by this plastic cover. Take it off. First item is this dropper. I think those will be my favorite little thingy. And then second is a balloon. And then we have this thing, which is called a funnel. I had no idea that it was called like that. Next is a measuring spoon. And then we have a test tube. A nice, cute orange lid. tube, which is exactly the same as the first one. And these are pH paper. They're a little bit sticky because there was some scotch taped around it. Here we see them a little better. They're pretty small, and you're supposed to put some drops of liquid on it. So that was the content of this plastic holder that we'll put away too for a moment. Right now I'm checking what the ingredients will be that are necessary, obviously, to perform the experiment. We'll need some vegetable oil, vinegar, milk, syrup, soda, ketchup, lemon juice, baking soda, cream, washing up liquid, a cup, a plate, water, paper towels, and a microwave, but I don't have one, but I'll find another way for that. Here is a little lesson. Chemistry is the study of substances. All substances are made of atoms which combine to form molecules. By combining several substances, chemists create chemical reactions and new substances. In this booklet, you will discover your first scientific experiments. And here you can see the drawing of an atom. And this is a molecule. Now just a little last browsing through it, and we should be okay to start the first experiment. Now, I'm going to show you the difference between a homogeneous mixture and a heterogeneous mixture. Very interesting. First, we will need the dropper, and then we need the funnel, and then the two test tubes. Some water, and syrup, in this case strawberry syrup. And this is olive oil. So with these ingredients, I'll show you how different molecules can be, all in a household way style. Right. Step 1. We take our test tube and we're going to fill it up with some water. Just have to turn a little the test tube so that you can see it better. And we're going to add the strawberry syrup. I'm supposed to take 2 drops, but because of the lighting, I guess we'll need a little more. And here you observe how the molecules move through the water. And now we take the second test tube with some water already in it and the olive oil, our dropper. And we're going to do the same thing. We just continue filling our little tube, where you can clearly see that the oil just stays on top of the water. And like I said before, I'm going to add just a little more syrup so that after we can clearly see the difference between them. So the syrup is on the bottom and the oil stays on the top. And we're going to have to shake them very good so that the water gets mixed with the 2 liquids. There you go. It's mixed. Now it has to stand like this for 30 minutes. And now you can clearly see that the syrup and the water have mixed into one liquid, apparently. So this is the homogeneous mixture, but the water and the oil have separated again, which means it's a heterogeneous mixture. So far for the first experiment. And now, the second experiment, where we will separate a mixture. Let us take the little booklet to see what we have to do. We will need hot milk and vinegar. And of course, the material, like our test tube, which I will place here in the middle right now. And to collect the liquid, our little thingy, the dropper. And then we need the funnel. And let me just put the tube on the side, like that. And what else I should take? Right, some paper towels. In case we have to spill something to clean it up after. And here is the vinegar. A nice little pot. It's a little sticky on the bottom though. And then plate and the cup of boiled milk. Now let's prepare the test tube and pour the milk in it. I knew I was going to spill it, but don't worry about that. I'm used to that. My entire life it's like that already. Just take the funnel out. And now we must add the vinegar with our dropper. A little, that's enough. And voila. Close it, and we must shake this now for some minutes. And now I will have to release the mixture on some paper towels on my plate so that it can dry. So we are 1 hour later, and what happened is that the vinegar broke down the liquid of the milk, because milk is a colloidal suspension, which means a mixture of liquid, so water here, and solid particles, which are fat and proteins, and that creates these solid particles that you can easily collect after, like you can see here. And that basically ends the second experiment. Experiment number 3, where we will layer some liquids. And the first ingredient that we need is liquid cream, and second, some olive oil again. Third ingredient is washing up liquid. And the fourth is ketchup. And some water. Plus the jug of water to clean the dropper. Here it is. And of course, a test tube again. Naturally, also a paper towel for any spills. Now, let's open up our test tube. I'll just put it on the side. And the first layer will be the ketchup. I must try to do this very careful, just a small amount. I have to make sure that I don't smudge it. That is pretty impossible. And there you go. I smudged it a tiny bit, but I think it's okay. It's good enough. Next washing up liquid for the second layer. This one is a little easier. Now it's ready for the third layer, which is this little pot with liquid cream in it. Also just tiny amount. Like that. And for the moment it's working out, I have the impression. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So now the water. I really love doing this. And here it seems not to work. Makes the cream just higher. Let's put a little more to make sure. No, this one is not working. Or maybe it's the wrong cream for this. But we'll just go to the last ingredient, which is the olive oil. Here the layer forms itself pretty perfectly. So we got 4 layers instead of 5. You might get the point. Even with 4, it's good enough. So here it says each of the liquids that you put in the test tube has a different density. By pouring them carefully, they don't mix, so that they can be layered, as you can see here in the drawing too. Now, the fourth experiment where we will use the balloon, which will blow up by itself. But I'm not sure it's gonna happen. Let's wait and see. I got all my things, and we need vinegar, in this cute little pot. Now let's make some plates. We will need also the bicarbonate of soda, or just baking soda. It's this white powder basically. Now I just need to clean the dropper. No. Test tube. Take some vinegar, very gently. It's supposed to be 2 milliliters, but I will put a little more. Sort of like this. Which is still not much. Just a little more. Now I place the funnel into the balloon and I add a spoon of the baking soda. Like that. Going to place the balloon around the test tube. And let's see what happens. A little chemical reaction. And it seems that the balloon is blowing itself up. Just a little, but you can see something is happening. In the booklet it says that acids and bases are not friends. Here there is a reaction between the baking soda, which is base, and the vinegar, which is an acid. Together they create carbon dioxide, which inflates the balloon. We have 2 experiments left. viscous liquids. And we will need ketchup, water, oil, and discard. Because we're going to place the liquids on there to see which one will move fastest. I am taking the oil and I will leave some drops on the card and see how fast the drops will slide off. And slowly it starts to descend. I hope you can see it. So for me, this really goes slow. And the next thing is water. And this one goes much faster. It's already at the bottom. So now we'll place ketchup. I have the impression that the liquid, the water that was in the ketchup moves, but the ketchup itself doesn't. I think this is the water that was still left in here. So it just stands there. So here it says, a viscous liquid is always a bit slow. Therefore, oil is more viscous than water. This is because the structure of the molecules means they're more attached to each other. Ketchup is an exception. When it is at rest, its molecules come together. It becomes more viscous and it does not flow. Now it's time for the last test, which is an acidity test with 5 different liquids. This is our washing up product for the dishes. This is lemon juice. This is just water, as we have seen before, obviously. This is cola. And this is the vinegar. I'll be putting a drop on little paper strips, and then it will show you a specific color which indicates then the pH scale. So we can clearly see which one is the most acid. Here is our card, and gently I will place the strips into circles. 5 strips in total. It's very smooth surface. There. I'm going to take the first liquid in our dropper, which is water. Carefully put the drops on the strip, and next is the washing up liquid. Just stretch it out. This is the cola, cherry coke to be exact. And now take the vinegar. And finally, the lemon juice. Let me just turn it around, show it to you. So the water became green, sort of like this color, which means it's not acid or pH neutral. The washing up liquid became very light green, which means also not too acid, although it should have been greener, I think. And then we have the cola. That's already a little more acid because it's orange. And then the vinegar. It's light red, so that means it's already pretty acid. And then the lemon juice became really red, so that's really acid. This was our pH